Hello, this is Ivy Lee from Time for Kids. Today we are going to interview and ask General Charles Cornwallis. General Charles Cornwallis, how did you feel when you came out and saw that you were trapped by General Washington and his 16,000 soldiers?
I felt very scared and nervous about what will happen. I kept wondering if I should just quit because I didn't have any plan to defeat them and had no idea how they found out we had set up a headquarters there in Yorktown to defeat us.
That must have been very surprising for you. But were you confident that you'll probably win, or were you nervous that you might lose?
Well, I felt confident because I wanted to do what King George III wanted me to do to make him happy and also impress him. That is also why I became a general for the British.
The king must have been very happy to see you fight bravely. Another question I wanted to ask you is that, since you really cared about Jemima, your wife, and Charles and Mary, your children, when did you usually go visit them?
I usually went to visit them after a ruling class of Parliament or after a battle during the Revolutionary War because I couldn't go during the Revolutionary War. I wanted to go and see them and visit them a lot of times, but because of that, I had to go back and forth.
I can tell you are very loving because even though you had to go back and forth, you still wanted to go see them more. How did you feel when you heard Jemima, your wife, died?
I felt very sad and heartbroken. When I heard that she died, I rushed home as quickly as I could. I really cared about her, and even during a battle or a class, I kept thinking about her because she was still in my memories.
That must have been very sad, especially because she was still young at that time. Why did you choose to be a loyalist instead of a patriot?
Well, my family obeyed King George III and was in his side, so I followed my family and did the same. As I grew older, I began to want to obey and serve him more. That is how I became a loyalist and loyal to the king during the Revolutionary War.
Wow, I didn't know your family was in King George III's side. What were you happy and glad about during the Revolutionary War?
During the Revolutionary War, I was happy and proud of myself that I won more battles than the Americans. I was also glad that our British Army had a lot more people than the Americans, so that helped us win victories and also capture more places.
Wow, you are probably the best general for King George III, since you won much more battles than the Americans. If you had to choose, would you want to go to the future or the past?
I would want to go to the future. Since I am interested in the military, I would want to see what would be happening in the military in the future.
Thank you so much, General Charles Cornwallis, for letting us share your experiences and also letting us ask you questions. I hope you learned a lot about General Charles Cornwallis.